Welcome to the ElderAbyss show. For talking videos, it's the place to go. Game tips, rants, tactics, and more. What you'll find here.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. In this episode, we are covering Oasis, one of the new maps in Map Pack 7 for Battlefield Bad Company 2. We're going to kick right off here with something everybody should know. Never get in a tank and give it up, son. Just don't do that. If you get in a tank, you're in it until you go down with it. Because if you give it up, you know, stuff like this can happen to you. So as we watch the tank page here, I don't know if that's an actual word that makes sense, but we'll go with it. Oasis. In general, I like it. It's a carryover map from Bad Company 1. Unfortunately, I didn't play Bad Company 1. I set that one out. You can hold that against me if you want to. I kind of do myself. I wish I would have played it with as much fun that I've had with Bad Company 2. But I missed the boat on that one. A grenade? Really? So Oasis is a carryover. The benefit to that is the guys that played this map in Bad Company 1, they've got some decent map knowledge on this already. There are probably some guys out there that's like me, that this is your first introduction and experience with Oasis. I gotta say, I really like the map. It is hectic as hell, man. There are so many buildings. It's crazy. I'm not, at this point, I can't even wrap my mind around how we're going to nail down our callouts. I guess that'll come with a little more experience playing the map. But with so many buildings, I mean, even keeping your tank alive, it takes a team effort. At least 2 engineers to keep you alive for any amount of time. Because with all the buildings and so many places to hide, there are so many rockets coming at you. It is crazy, but it's so intense. It's fun. I really am enjoying this map. This game that I've got here that we're watching was it was actually my first full match on Oasis. I jumped in the first game of the night when I jumped in with the crew. They were playing it, and I got to play a few minutes of it, long enough to figure out where the hell some of the flags were, and it was pretty much the extent of my first encounter with this one. But this was my second. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was the second time, or the second time playing it, first full match. I played it a couple times last night, and got a pretty good feel for it. I really like it. The maps in general, I really like it. They've done a good job with them. Heavy metal, I've got a game of heavy metal, unless I get a different one that I want to bring you guys that was pretty sweet. And the rest of them are pretty good too. They're a little, I know some people, I haven't been on the forums or watched many videos. I've been busy today. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say a lot of people are probably already giving it up that it's real snipery, because my personal experience was maybe a little bit, but that's just a result of the map size. I found the snipers fairly easy to deal with, given the map design. Like on this map, there's just so much buildings. But even on the bigger maps, you've got, with the vehicles, and they've done a good job breaking up the lines of sight and giving you, like on Harvest, there's a lot of terrain where it rolls and dips and creek beds, so you can get down out of lines of sight and things like that. So I didn't really have a terrible amount of problems with snipers. So I think they've done a good job balancing them for these maps, in that, you know, with the armor and even with the snipers, and everything just feels good. I'm really enjoying them. I can't say enough good stuff that they were free. How sweet is that? I'm glad to see some activity back in Bad Company 2 again. I really am. The only problem I noticed last night playing was that when we would cycle out of the new maps, that's awesome. Look at that. When we would cycle out of the new maps, a lot of players would just fall out and quit. So, you know, that was a little frustrating. And we had several little matches last night where we were just running around entertaining ourselves, tracer darting the few guys that were left and things like that. Just being dicks, really, but it was quite fun at times. But let me know, guys, if especially some of you guys that's been around, you know, well, with Oasis here since Bad Company 1. What's a good call-out system for this? Because it's just phenomenal, the amount of buildings. I wasn't ready for this. I knew there was some buildings on this map, and it was a little, you know, like it is, but wow. It's pretty impressive. The game handles all of these destructible environments on this map as well as it does. I didn't think that they would be able to pull this off as smoothly as it's pulled off in this engine, but they did, and the result is fun as hell. This is an awesome urban combat type scenario. I can't wait, and I meant to do it last night, was to cut loose in this map with a shotgun, man. Me, the old Spaz 12. There's some fun to be had on this map with the shotgun. I got a feeling there's going to be some wicked gameplay postings here pretty soon of the shotgun on this map, because, I mean, you move building to building. Woo! What I'm doing right now here on the gameplay is actually going for a sightseeing tour. I'm trying to get a feel for some of the buildings and the paths along this side over here. The biggest problem, I'm going to try this one more time, that I ran into with these buildings is a lot of them are, they seem like the same old buildings that we're used to, but they're twisted and turned around different. I kept thinking I was headed for an exit, and I would find myself cornered in a room. You're like, well, shit. I know that this was in the preview videos and stuff, but I didn't even realize there was a boat on this map until I was playing right here, and I was like, you know, that river is not out of bounds. I bet there's a boat, and I looked on the map, and sure enough, it's sitting back there. I mean, you see it. Can't wait to run up and down the river chucking those nades out of that thing. But I think there's a lot of good times to be had on this map. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun to play. For guys like me, it's just going to take a little while to learn it as far as the paths and the buildings, because there's so much going on here. I don't know about you guys, but when I play a map, and a new map, you know, even in a game that I'm comfortable with as far as the mechanics and the weapons and all of that, it still feels so chaotic and disorganized when I play it, because I don't know the map, and it blows my mind. Typically, and in a lot of games, that's enough to frustrate me until I get a good comprehension of the map and the routes and the spots and all that good stuff. But it didn't. These maps don't. You know, I'm not got a lot of map knowledge. I hate to keep saying that, but for instance, if I'm in one spot and I know where I want to go, the best way to get there, now that completely eludes me at this point. I do know that building right there on my right that I went around, the damn flag's up on top of that building. It took me forever to find that thing. Luckily enough, though, you can capture it without being up there setting on it. The capture ranges, speaking of that, on the points, especially for this map and the other ones I played too, the capture ranges as far as where you have to be inside or how close you got to be to the flag to actually capture it, they done a good job with that. Some of them in a couple of the other maps seems like you have to be almost right on top of the damn thing and sitting on a sandbag at the base of it to get it to tick. But these are well done. I haven't found any major problems so far with the maps, but again, I'm just getting started. I think a lot of it's just I'm so damn tickled to have some new maps to play, you know. And also, I want to talk about the M14 here. Yeah, we got sights on it now, baby. But I'm not sure how I feel about that. Now, I didn't use the M14 very much. I used it very little, actually, up until this point. I probably used it more last night than I've ever used it, to tell you the truth, to kind of quantify that for you. So let me ask you guys that have maybe run this weapon a little more. Did the bullets from it, did they behave based on ballistics physics prior to this patch? Because I didn't know. Because they seem to now. The bullet travels slower. I can't swear or not whether there's bullet drop going on with it, but that bullet does travel like a sniper rifle bolt action round as far as speed and stuff like that, so you got to lead your targets and all this and that. Honestly, I never noticed that before, but like I said, I didn't use that gun a whole hell of a lot. I barely ever used it because the iron sights killed me. Let me know on that. Some of you guys that used that weapon more, was it like that before? Did I overlook it? I have no idea. I did try, my G3's platinum, but of course I had to try it out last night. So I gave it a try. Yeah, let's just say this. The fears that were out there about the M14 and the G3 being overpowered and taking over the game with sights on them, I don't think those are founded in the way that they've balanced this out. The G3 still kicks like a mule. It actually feels like it kicks harder, but I think that's because of the sights. If you put an ACOG on that damn thing, man, first round and you're done. I mean, it's just crazy. But we'll get to all that in time in some more episodes. I just wanted to bring you guys kind of my first go through my full gameplay on Oasis and what I thought about it out of the gate. Had a great time with it. I enjoy it. And good times to be had. See you guys on the battlefield. Later.
We're all just gamers.